Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of WoW with Dratnos. Here we go. I've been waiting on a queue to pop us in here to Warsong Gulch, which is the other battleground. Last episode, we did Arathi Basin. This episode, I'm going to show you around Warsong Gulch. And it looks like, yeah, alright, we've spawned into a new game here of Warsong. I'm just going to go /busy recording a video, smiley face. And, so here's our team. Warsong Gulch is a 10 versus 10 battleground. Usually, it's a capture the flag, so there's, it's best out of 3. Our flag spawns here, this is the Horde base, and the Alliance has a base up there, their flag spawns in there, and basically we want to go grab their flag and bring it back to here without them taking it off the stand. You can't capture the flag if it's not on the stand. There's a bit of hiding space, you can go up to the roof actually, you can go to the second floor here. There's a tunnel out this way, there's roof access up that way, and that's the only roof access. And there's straight way out access to the center of the battleground this way. The graveyards for respawning are here, above out that way, and there's a little, like, cliff on both sides. And then there's kind of this gulch in the middle, that's why it's called Warsong Gulch. That's where much of the fighting will be happening, which is kind of bad. Ideally, you'd want to be fighting in or near the flag bases, unless you're distracting multiple opponents. And so that's what we're doing. Here's our team. You can see this is all of these armors there. They represent heirloom armor for the most part, which means that these guys are alternate characters of somebody else. That guy's just cheering there. Cheers are fully voiced emotes in this game. Anyways, so yep, there they are. They have, if we actually inspect these guys, their armor, it's got this different color on them. Wow, that's very loud. These guys cheering is somewhat annoying. Let me go ahead and cheer myself, just to... And there's slash charge as well. Here we go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We should actually be going the other way. So there's actually... Okay, here's the deal. The tunnel, usually you don't... It's a bit slower to get out of, but inside each tunnel, there's this little boost thing. And what you want to do is you want to claim that from your side at the start, because otherwise the opponent flag carriers can grab it. So there's a tiny little top tip that might help you out a little bit. And if you get boost, you're actually about the same speed as everybody else anyways getting out. I'd be faster if I hadn't redirected last moment. And we'll just go ahead and mount on up here. Alright, so we have our enemies over this way. They're coming out straight down that side. We're going the right side, they're going their right side. And we'll just keep on heading up. Along we go. Let's see, yeah, that guy looks like he's going to intercept. It looks like, if we look at the map, I'm going to go ahead and put Shift M. And then we'll have it here. Yeah, most of us are on offense here. A few people are going to fight in the mid-fight. But it looks like actually a full 5 of us are going for their base, which is good. That's a very good thing. Alright. Do. I like this music. I'm going to turn this up if I can. There we go. It's epic battle music. Yes. Ooh, there's our... Okay, we've got the flag. Let's keep these guys down. Hiya! Ooh. Okay, onwards. Get out of here. He's got bubble. Oops, my sound is getting a bit loud, actually. Hang on. I'll change that after this fight. Okay. Let's get out of sight here and just sound on the master volume down. So that guy we fought there was a paladin. Paladins get bubbles. Our paladin here has not popped his bubble. That's a priest here. Has put a different kind of bubble on them. So basically, priests can cast a protective bubble that absorbs some amount of damage for a certain amount of time, but then paladins can also do a complete immunity bubble for a short amount of time on themselves. And so that's what the other guy that we just were attacking had done, one of their versions of that. Phew, okay. So we're defending our flag carrier now as we go along down here. That's what we're doing. That's our strategy here, is to defend Guedo Knight, paladin. The enemy's dropped our flag, there we go, and it's been returned to our base. Usually red text means stuff that's good for the Horde, blue text means stuff that's good for the Alliance. This guy here is something that's bad for us, our guy here. Overpower, let's get it done. Oh, okay. Stay out, stay away. Alright, there's an enemy rogue that's, yep. Alright, ooh, more enemies. Want to get this guy killed, and, okay, there we go. And we got another enemy here. And there's the rogue again. Alright, let's go ahead and get him. Rogues do a lot of damage on their initial attacks, which is why it's important to kind of be prepared for that and be able to withstand that. If you can take their initial attack, you're usually fine. Guys dodge so we can overpower, and let's execute him down. Got a victory rush. Alright, let's go ahead and... okay, no, that's not going to work. We'll leave combat, and we should be able to go get this guy, victory rush him, and start causing a lot of pain. We've just resisted his mage. That was a frost aura he sent out, which is something that freezes you in place if it hits you. Alright, looks like our cap is pretty much secure here, unless somebody else grabs their flag, or our flag really quickly. And so let's go ahead and head on. Thank you for the good luck in the battle, coat hats. Yes. So we're probably going to get a capture off in the next few seconds. There we go. An honor and some reputation with the Warsong Outriders. Ooh, we're being shot at here. Not a problem. And there are more people. That is a problem. Okay, so that's us dead. More or less. That's okay, though. We've distracted 5 or 6 of them, it looked like. Or maybe a few of those were hunter pets, but we kept them fighting up here, which means we should be able to win here and push up. Or potentially at least win here and then push up. There's our return to graveyard button. Looks like the tooltip's actually somewhat messed up on it right now, maybe. Or maybe that's just a new tooltip, I don't know. Either way, let's make sure that we keep ourselves here. This is our graveyard. It used to actually be on the same level as this area, but they moved it down so you can't get back up to your base immediately from your graveyard. And I think that was to prevent flag carriers standing on your graveyard to get immediate defense. We've gotten sapped by a rogue here who's now trying to get us killed here. It's probably going to end up working. And yeah, let's get this guy killed. Nice. It didn't work immediately, at least. Go ahead and get this guy. We can victory rush actually to heal ourselves a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe we're not going to catch him in time. Can we get a victory rush off of some sort? There's one. All right. It's going to keep us slightly alive, and the enemy actually got feared away there, which means that we should be able to survive now if we just stay away. Yes, we've somehow managed to survive that. Let's get this hunter's pet down, because why not? All right. Enemy targets down. This guy here, this paladin, is very good. He's got an enchanted weapon, you can see. He's level 28, which is nice. All right, we've got people actually building a strategy here, and we've picked up the enemy flag. Now, I'm sure that they've got... Actually, that guy's completely out of position. He's going to be in trouble. We have a middle team here. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't sneak up into their base. This guy's going down. It looks like he's coming out the top, actually. Oh, and we've got an enemy here who's going to get us killed. Okay. That was probably a bad play. I should have been looking out for that instead of reading through my map. I was developing long-term plans, and I neglected the short-term not dying, which is always a negative thing to do. Not dying is almost always important for your long-term plans. It's just worth making sure that you are always considering that particular short-term aspect of your long-term plans. I should be using Battle Shout more often. I should do that. I also need to learn some skills, I think. I don't think I've learned all my skills at this level because I'm terrible at this game. Yeah, Hamstring would be very useful. Cleave, not so much. Yeah. Hamstring will let me slow down enemies, which is very useful in player versus player situations. Alright, there's our flag carrier. Let's go ahead and get up there in case he drops it. Get this guy killed. Can we execute? Execute. And overpower. Gotcha. Alright, there's our flag carrier. Let's keep him nice and defended, that guy. Ooh, enemy attack. Rogue, of course. Luckily enough, our flag carrier is geared enough to withstand that, and the rogue stealths off. Alright, there's the enemy flag carrier. Let's go see if we can't get a successful interrupt off on, or stopping that guy. Looks like we've actually got him cornered behind that tree there. He's a mage. He's moving quite quickly, but it looks like we've got him here. Yeah, he's totally in trouble. Alright, our flag's returned, and we'll just take this guy down. Nothing doing. Alright, now I'm sure that rogue is still alive and trying to stalk our flag carrier here. He's either sprinting ahead and trying to grab our flag, which would be what I would do, or he's going for our flag carrier. However, it looks like we're actually fine in there. So instead, the middle fight also looks like that's going fine for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and see if we can't just head on up and get up into their base and position ourselves to grab the flag when it next respawns. Again, our durability isn't that great because we don't have heirloom items. We have some good items, but they don't... Heirloom items actually level up with you, which means they'll always be, like, great for your level. There we go. We've made the cap. Capture has occurred. Flags are going to respawn in 15 seconds. Yeah, this is definitely a well-put-together team. Wow, our guy that capped there was actually level 26. I'm amazed to see what could happen when that character is level 29 in the top of the bracket instead of the bottom. Anyways, flags respawning in 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and see if we can't do a little bit of work in getting this flag out of here. Alright, there's an enemy. Oh, Warlock. Alright, that's not very nice. Either way, let's just see if we can't take it out of here. Oh, that's not so good. Let's go ahead and Will of the Forsaken out of here. Okay. We are still alive. Do I have healing potion? I do have a healing potion. Let's see if I can't get out of sight of this guy. Nope. Okay, that wasn't gonna happen. Derp. I'm terrible. Yep, let's just let everybody know that I'm terrible. That's always a good way to get around here, even if it's mostly a gear issue, and also that was also a bit of a fail. I probably if I was to do that attack again, I probably would have come in through the top and taken out the warlock before grabbing the flag. Okay, up goes our priest. Hopefully, our priest can again, the person who capped last time, can get this done. I have complete confidence in our priest. I don't see why that shouldn't happen. Old Dralani here. Dralani. I don't even know. Going on up there. Yeah, and we've got a rogue as well going up there. Okay, I think that team can take the flag. However, let's go ahead and head on up through their tunnel. Usually this is called tunnel, and around the top is called ramp. Although not always. Sometimes they call this ramp, and they call the top cliff or outside. Again, it depends on your battle group. Because you don't actually play with your people on your server, you play with people from, like, a collection... Actually, I think battle groups might even be done away with now, but they used to be a collection of, like, 10 servers. Now I think it might just be all servers. I'll have to see if I keep seeing Uldum and Zulahead as other people's servers, because that would indicate we're in the same battle group. Anyways, we're a warrior. Nobody's on this flag here. No reason why we shouldn't just grab it and get it out of here. Going tunnel. Going ton. Let's let people know that. Tunnel is almost always universally recognizable. The main word I'd be careful with is ramp. If you try and use ramp to describe this, people will get confused. And again, if people are really good, they'll just be noticing how your movement patterns looks on the map. Alright, we've got ourselves a little posse here. And it looks like there's enemies out to meet us outside. Let's see how bad that looks. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like they're kind of going the wrong way. Yeah, they're definitely going the wrong way. Thank you. Ooh. We've got some warlock hate coming from behind us there. Even if she could get a fear off, though, we've got Will of the Forsaken off cooldown to break a fear. We do have charge, and we're out of combat, which means that if we can find an enemy, we can charge to them and keep on moving faster. But we don't want to outrun of our escort here. We've got a priest here escorting us, and we've got a hunter that's trying to get us killed, which is not nice. And we're slowed down here. Let's see if we can't get some damage in on Shadow, their pet, while we move. Being exercised here by the paladin, but that's not a huge problem. Alright. Just make sure here that we don't outrun our guard. Yep. Our flag. Alright, there are people on the enemy flag. Hopefully that'll happen. Focused assault is going to happen in 2 minutes, and that's basically going to weaken every flag carrier, so the enemy flag carrier and me. Alright, but they've dropped their flag, and it's been returned. So if we can get there before an enemy capper, that's... Oh, hello! That's going to be a problem. Has been sapped as well. That's not going to help. Uh-oh. And, okay, so that person's just going to go grab flag, which is the correct play. You don't want to mess around with the other person's flag base there. Rogue. Alright, yep, he's got it. That's a rogue class. Alright, so somebody's going to need to take him out, but hopefully we have the people to do that. I'm just going to stay on the cap area so that that can't happen again. And I'll face my back up against a wall so that people can't just sneak up on me and do a backstab on me. Top. Let him know which way the rogue went. Rogue went top. Out the top, because we went up the tunnel. Ooh, we've got an enemy here. Let's get him killed. Hiya! And just hop out of the side here. 100 on will kills, not bad. And we can just get this bird of prey killed here. Ooh, nice. Okay, somebody's feared it away. Psychic Scream, actually. There is a priest ability. Incoming ramp, it looks like. Okay, yeah, there's the enemy flag. They got him. Okay, he was coming out the ramp, it looks like. We've got people targeting us, which is why that aggro... And there we go, there's the cap. Good game. Alright. Got our Capture the Flag achievement and our Warsong Gulch victory achievement. I'll go ahead and end this episode here, because that was a battleground. It seems like a logical ending point. My name has been Dradnos. Thanks, everybody, for watching. You see, we weren't too terrible here. We actually got a capture off at the end there. I like this game very much, and I like the battlegrounds in this game, actually. They're very fun to commentate. So if you guys are interested in seeing more episodes like that, go ahead and let me know. Thanks, everybody, for watching. My name has been Dradnos. I appreciate a like, favorite, subscribe, all that stuff. I almost forgot that part there, but I've not forgotten it. Liking, favorite, subscribing, all that is very helpful to me. Each single one of those button presses is inordinately helpful to me. That's a big word. Look it up. Inordinate. And thanks, everybody, for watching. My name has been Dradnos for, like, the 4th time. Goodbye.